Hello, this is Brighton TV and this is the match preview for Brighton vs Wolves. And last game versus Arsenal, Potter surprised a lot of people with the lineup. He made a lot of changes and he ended up playing a 4-4-2 without any strikers, with Alexis McAllister and Jahanbash playing up front. And it was really surprising, but after his press conference it made more sense, with Connolly getting injured before the game, so he wouldn't be able to start the game. With Welbeck, obviously we know his history with injuries. Playing 2 games in 3 days wouldn't help him and could easily leave him injured for a long period of time. And Maupay, last year he did a very similar thing and he ended up burning him out for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and Maupay ended up having poor form. And Zakiri, he's not Premier League ready yet, so it made sense why he did it. And in the first half it actually worked. We limited Arsenal to hardly any chances. I can't remember any chances from Arsenal, and for us in the final third our decision making was too poor. We'd get the ball in Arsenal's third, and when we attacked we'd shoot too early sometimes, or sometimes not pick out a pass when there was the pass, then it could be very clear one-on-one to end up scoring any chances. But the fact that we ended up limiting Arsenal with that lineup was very surprising, and Bissouma was a huge reason of that. He dominated the midfield in the first half so much, able to keep us with a B team essentially, to go and compete with Arsenal's main team. But in the second half it started changing. Arsenal started to get control. They started to create chances. And Potter really should have done something to that. He should have made changes. Should have possibly subbed on Maupay up front. But he didn't do that. He made it too late until Arsenal ended up scoring. And you can't do that. Our defending for that goal was way too basic. Burn ended up getting completely destroyed by Saka. But the cross, to leave a striker inside the box free in so much space, you can't do that in the Premier League. We let him do that, and Lacazette ended up scoring from that chance. And we need to improve them sorts of positions. We need to defend better, where sometimes our defence switches off for moments, and they're the moments which are ending up costing us so many points continuously this season. And Bernardo, I was really surprised at him, and I thought he was going to have a really poor game. But he proved me wrong. In the air, he constantly was doing well. He was helping us progress up the pitch. But near the end of the game, Potter started playing him in centre mid. And that seemed really surprising when you have both Alexis McAllister and Davy Pröpper, who both can play in midfield, to sub them off to play a left back. There it was confusing, and I think Potter made a mistake. As I said, Potter should have done the changes before the goal. He did the changes way too late. But some of the changes, to sub on March and Maupay, to play March on the wing, where he's consistently proven that he's not that good there. He's much better playing as a wing back or a full back, but playing him out wide, he's very inconsistent there. I was surprised with that. And Wolves, they ended up losing to United 1-0. They conceded a 90th minute goal, and that would really kill their mentally, because how they were defending quite well, but then to concede right at the end from a deflection goal, that would really put them down, and hopefully we can go and capitalise on that. And Wolves, they've been on very poor form recently. They've drawn 1 game and lost their last 4. And that just proves they're on a poor run of games. And we've been on a poor run. We need to go and get something from this game. It's a huge chance to go and get something from Wolves. And Wolves now, they play a lot more deeper. They play much more on the counter-attack. And I think they'll do something similar versus us, since they know we have a lot of the ball and we tend to keep possession. So what Wolves will probably do, they'll play a lot deeper and they'll play on the counter-attack. And Neto is somebody who will be dangerous. He's good on the counter-attack, and he scored 4 goals this season. And he's very good at dribbling past players. So we need to be careful of Neto. And my lineup for this game, I'd play a 3-4-1-2, and in goal I'd play Sanchez with a back 3 of Dunk, Webster and White. And White was dropped for the first time this season, and it made sense because Potter wanted to play a back 4, and knowing that Arsenal cross a lot, he'd rather have Webster and Dunk there to head the ball away. But for this game, returning to the back 3, I think it will be better to play a Dunk, White and Webster back 3. And out wide on the wing-back positions, I play March and Veltman. As I said, March is so good at wing-back, he should play there. And Lamptey's still injured, which is very unfortunate because he's so good in attack. But Veltman is good defensively, so that's why I play Veltman there, especially against Wolves' counter. He can go and stop Wolves from countering down the left-hand side. And the centre mids for this game, I play Basuma and Alzate. I think them two have a good partnership and they tend to dominate the midfield really well, and they do stop counters a lot, which Wolves, they go on the counter so much that you need to go and break them up, and I think them two will be very good at stopping most Wolves' counters. And in the 10 role, I play Alexis McAllister. And although he had a poor game versus Arsenal, I think the reason why he decided to shoot instead of passing when the option was there is because he was playing as a striker instead of as a 10. And that's where, when you're playing as a 10, you know you have players in front of you. So that's why he did that. Instead of looking for the passes, I think Potter told him to go and shoot when he is in range of the box. And that's probably why he did make mistakes in terms of his decision making. But we've seen earlier on in his Brighton career that Alexis McAllister can pick up the strike as well. And the two up front, I play Maupay and Welbeck. And they seem to have a good big man, little man partnership. And Welbeck can go and win a lot of aerial duels. And especially against Wolves' deep block, that could be key. And with Maupay, he tends to score in batches. And he scored versus West Ham. Hopefully he can continue his scoring run. And my score predictions for this game, I think it will be 0-0. And that's because I don't think we'll be able to break down Wolves' defence. But I also don't think we'll concede any goals on the counter-attack. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Brighton TV and follow us on Instagram.